And we are green here at Magny Cours for this first round in the European leg of the IGTCS GT3 and GT4 Series. This weekend, though, is only GT3, and the dynamic GT Porsche Amara Calamia gets to the race lead. Oh, getting a little bit loose there from Jack Hawksworth. These new Audi R8 Elements GT3 Evos with Dianthus are debuting this race. There goes the number 37 of Ryle Markson. Cameraman on the outside of Aldi Preston in that number 9 Lexus RCF GT3. There is the 26 Daniel Kellwitz in that Monster Energy Audi. Followed by, there's a little bit of a stack up. The 21 Ferrari 296 GT3 of AF Corsa car of David Prurin spun round in Adelaide. Side by side now with Ollie Preston and the 26 of Daniel Kellwitz in the new Audi. Debuting here in Magny Cours with a strong start, qualifying in third for that 26 car. They're side by side currently with Ollie Preston, the current points leader, coming into this race in Magny Cours, and he has a pretty sizable gap to second, which is, but I'll talk about it later. Here's onboard with E3 AF Corsa, getting spun around, having to go onto the grass, and a lot of cars getting stacked up there. Here's the second race of this Assetto Advantage GT3. Ooh, that's the 65 Mercedes of Lauren Keinhofer just getting into the rear end. There's the 18 Dynamic GT Porsche, the 77 Ford Mustang. And into the shop, David Bruin will come. And he just got spun around by that Mercedes coming into the back of the 21, just shoving him out of the way. Side by side. Nope. Not side by side, coming to on the inside of Bradley Kirkutton is that number 20 Toyota GR86 GT300, which is making its European debut. It's Red Carter. Now side by side with that AWA Corvette. 7 and 8. Ooh, Corvette loose. Corvette is loose. Tags the Toyota. They're off. The same Toyota's able to get back going, but I think that 17 Corvette is stuck. Here is a replay. So coming into the shot, here's a 17 AWA Corvette and the 20 Toyota GR86 GT300. And I think it was a Toyota that got loose and shoved the Corvette off. The Corvette's stuck there. He's on board with Corvette. Bradley Kirkutton. The best out of all Corvettes in the points. Yeah, he got loose in the corner and then just got stuck there. Here's a better view. We can kind of see this, what happened better. So the Corvette was on the outside, Toyota's on the inside. Just gets him loose, Corvette goes off. We go into Adelaide. This is the back of the field. 3 Lamborghinis now. Side by side with a Porsche. I think that's the VSR Lamborghini. Yes, it is. Ilio Bogdanesi, I'm pretty sure, in that car, making his race debut. And he goes a little bit wide. There goes the 45 Porsche. And he's loose. They're going to keep it going. No, Ilio Bogdanesi made his race debut last race in Sonoma. But he's in that car now, Lamborghini. 3 Lamborghinis down in the order with the number 1 Corvette back there too. Aston Martin making some places up that Wing Motorsport crew, not having a good race a couple weekends ago in Sonoma. Last race in America. But we're here in Europe now. Let's see if they can turn their luck up here at Magny Cours. Odd. Usually these races do not require pit stops from GT3 cars. Toyota into the pits now. Pretty sure that's for tires, if I'm not wrong. But taking a while in that pit lane. You can see the 17 and the 21 Corvette and Ferrari parked there. Here comes the Toyota coming out of the pit lane. Michael Orito not having the best of season so far with that Toyota platform. Finished down in the order in Bahrain race 1 and Or actually, no, retired Bahrain. So here's a replay. We could see the Porsche and Aston side by side coming into the frame there as we saw the Toyota in the pits. Ooh, Porsche just got loose, went off. I couldn't rejoin. Red Carter now making the positions up side by side with that. Yeah, of course, the Ferrari. He gets on the wide line and he loses it. Rear tires go out. We could see a lot of smoke from them. He's stuck there, having to wait for those cars to pass by. 20 stuck there and trying to reverse back onto the track. That's odd. There's the BMW there, almost getting into the back of him. And he's going to get it back going. Red Carter not having that great of a day here at Magny Cours. Here's another replay. What has happened to Red Carter? He's already had 2 incidents today. Coming into turn 2, or no, turn 3, he gets it loose. Where it goes out, and then just stalls it, I guess. I'm hearing he couldn't get it back going. So yeah. Here's an exclusive onboard with Red Carter going into the pits. Here, Magny Cours going into the garages. His onboard feed. Yeah. Parking it in the garage, I guess. Quite interesting to see a GT3 car down on the track. Oh, we have the 23 Lexus RCF GT3 of Jack Hawksworth on the inside of the 13 AWA Corvette of Cameron Ann. Cameron Ann's going to have to be on the defensive now. Jack Hawksworth gets by. Turn 3. Oh, he's going to lose all that exit speed. Here comes the 37 Audi. Ryan Markson. Now up the inside into turn 4 and 5. Not in the 5. On the straight that leads into 5. Cameron Ann's going to lose straight line speed. Audi gets by. There's the 82 BMW of Timothy Patterson now. Behind him. Cameron Ann gets a little wide on the exit. So does Patterson, though. Wide on the exit, too. Patterson's now going to hunt him down. Coming in turn 7 and 8. He peeks it up the inside. Nope, nothing there from him to get by that 13 Corvette. AWA are making their first European race debut. I don't think Bahrain counts. Here we are back to the back of the field. 63 Iron Lynx Lamborghini. Trying to get past this number 1 Corvette. Ever since I think it was Indianapolis or Bahrain, that number 1 Corvette wasn't able to have a lot of speed. And Watkins Glen, they had a lot of speed. They were contended for the race lead, but then they were taken out by the number 37 Callaway Corvette back when Dianthus were running that platform. Here, side by side now, 63 on the inside of the Corvette. Corvette goes a little wide on the exit here. Oh, Corvette gets really loose. Really big snap for John Jackson in that number 1 car. As I was saying, they didn't really have a lot of speed after Watkins Glen. Here's a little slow motion replay. It was really a big snap for that 1 Corvette. TF Sport entry along with Pratt Miller. Yeah, just loose there. Didn't even dip a tire in the sand. Coming to, it's been the halfway point of this race. But here again in the back, 2 Iron Lynx Lamborghinis. Now up the inside of a Porsche. The 53 and 45 Porsche haven't really had a lot of speed this whole race and in Bahrain, but they haven't had speed here. Currently, a little bit wide there from the 63. Now the 19 goes up the inside. Side by side, the 2 Iron Lynx Lamborghinis. 19 gets by. Yeah. Good move from 19. We are again to the back of the field. A lot of action happening back in the field. Here's the number 30 Toyota GT6 GT300, who caught up to the back of the field. He had a pit stop earlier in this race, and then just didn't come back from it. Here he is, maybe taking a peek on the inside of the 63 Lamborghini Iron Mix car. Not enough straight line speed to catch up to that Lamborghini. Yeah, Red Carter, his teammate, for the number 30. Oh, 30 gets a loose there. In the European Grand Touring Car Series, we saw an incident with a GT3 there. Number 2 got loose on the exit, came into a Corvette, and then they went into the wall. Odd accident there. But this 30 survived almost this whole race now. There's around like 12 to 13 laps left on board with this number 53 Porsche. Currently leading this race is the number 18 Dynamic GT Porsche Mauro Calmia. A late entry into the, oh, he gets loose. That's the 53 gun around. Same thing we saw with the 45. But he's gone around and then just stalled it. Yep. That, I don't know if he's going to be able to start it again. Let's replay. This is the 30. Michael Arito survived a lot into this race, actually. But, ooh, same spot as the 30. It just goes off way deeper and gets into the sand, I think. Here is the number 18 Dynamic GT Porsche of Mauro Calmia. That Porsche 911 GT3 are leading this whole race in Magny Cours. Dynamic GT are a late entry into the series, and they've done pretty good all day. Been leading dominantly. Not a lot of pressure from the 95 of Ollie Preston. Ollie Preston will score 25 points because he's a leading car in the regular GT3 class, but in the GT3 Sprint Cup class, Mauro Calmia will win his first race, and Dynamic GT will win their first overall race in this series. Quite a good debut for that Italian-based team. But yeah, coming into turn 4 and into Adelaide, leading comfortably all day for Dynamic GT. Yeah. Ollie Preston, he got to second place, passing that 77 Proton competition Ford Mustang. They've changed their livery compared to Bahrain. But yeah, it's been a very calm day for Mauro Calmia. Very dominant day. Very calm, dominant day. Haven't had any issues at all. Been involved in no incidents. The front back cars, have had no issues today, but coming to the final lap. Or not final lap, coming to the checkered flag, actually. Mauro Calmia comes through these curbs for the last time today. He will win his first IGTCS Series race. Mauro Calmia is a race winner. That is the race over. Here comes 26 Audi of Daniel Kowitz, finishing his second race in the series, surprisingly. Across the line, a lot of these cars first, double, the second actually, finish for both cars for Dianthus Auto Racing. They had no, oh, there's Juan Hernandez, 59. Hernandez Racing Lamborghini. I haven't really mentioned them all day because we haven't really seen them. But speaking again on Dianthus, their first two-car finishing in this IGTCS series. The only other race where they finished both cars was in Long Beach. They still had the Callaway Corvette back then. The Callaway Corvette was just not able to finish. They always had some sort of issue. But now with the Audi, it seeming to be very reliable. But yeah, Mauro Calmia and that number 18 Porsche 911 GT3R for Dynamic GT will win in the GT3 Sprint Cup class and overall. and Ollie Preston will win in the GT3 class. Here are the race results from both classes, the top 5 of both of them. But yeah, next race will be in Monza, the Temple of Speed. Tune in to see that race. But yeah, that will be it.